Then my bottle sits here. I bring my bottle out here. I put this into the bottle, and then I'm able to go into the cup. Then I pour the cup into the funnel. Then I take the water and fill the cup back up with water and pour that in. So everything is rinsed, clean, and then it just sits right here. So, and I should have handy a roll of paper towels. And if I need to, I can crawl back into the garage, which is my shop, and I have all my tools back there. We're not going to get to that today because I've got to learn how to edit these videos. All these hobos and home livers and alternative drivers and worldwide campers, they're all like editing their videos, and I'm sure it's really easy to do. I got to learn how to do it. I'll probably have to go to the Apple store sometime when I have spare time. Here's my closet. Here it is. Here's all my shirts. Here's the Casa, the green logo there. There you go. And there's white shirts and green shirts. And here's my uniform. And when I go to ushering, and here's this, that, here. I just cleaned up my closet. I just shrunk it down. It got all the way over to here. It got really, really, really big. But thanks to my sister, hey sis, thanks to my sister, I've got a place to put some things. And so I have things at my sister's house in the garage, and they're not happy about that. But I'm just stuck. I mean, I probably have 30 file cabinets full of the family treasures, including, I'm wearing this ring today. This ring is not my regular ring. I normally have a Tournament of Roses ring, but today I've got my high school ring. Supposed to have graduated in 75, but my parents held me back in second grade, so this one says 76. So if you graduated in 75, you're basically my contemporary, but they held me back, so that was crazy. So it's still a very nice ring, and this one's a little bit bigger than I ate a lot yesterday, I can tell. So this is a little bit bigger than the other one. And most people, they, oh look, oh my, it's real big on them. For me though, it just sits right on there, and it's perfect. It's about a size. And then up here, you notice all the writing. Like I just wrote this down for Alexandria, Alternative Living. I have this for when I want to pay some bills. I have some special numbers there. I've got, TD Jakes, Protect, Shield, Priest, Prophet. Up here, I wrote different statements up here. I've got affirmation, sane, broad versus narrow spectrum. I mean, if I think of something, I just write it down on my walls because I'm a prisoner here in this little vehicle. In some ways, I'm a definite prisoner. The government is just frightening and high. Just like, it dawned on me that I should definitely insist that my attorney, stomp and scream and pound on the desk and tell them, show the evidence. Let's see the documents. Let's see the research. Let's see the peer-reviewed articles. Let's see the empirical. And they're going to have, all they can do is quote misquotes. Robert Longo never intended to say that every single sex offender in the world is a high-risk offender who's going to be recidivating at 80 to 90%. Frightening and high. That's not what he said. That's not what he intended to say. He had an off-the-cuff comment back in 1986 because he was trying to pump his therapy. Be like me saying, well, how many people need to have a personal assistant? Oh, it's high. Probably 80% of every home needs to have a Mr. Bob. Needs to have Mr. Bob. I'm right there. I'm scrubbing. I'm cleaning. It's frightening. It's high how people try to live without Mr. Bob. That'd be good for me because it means that, like I was at a party last night for one of our leaders, and they had this big spread on this huge table, and they set it all up, and everything was nice. But then they got to the end, it was like trying to wrap up with a cake. They had a pie, first of all. They had like a cheesecake pie, and nobody knows how to cut pie. They're just like, they all of a sudden turn into I don't know what, but I'm really good at it. I'm just like, I'll show you. You take the knife, you take the fork, you cut it, and you put it on the plate. And you put the fork and the pie on the plate. And they have the plate, and you have a little napkin, and you just... Wow, how'd you do that, Mr. Bob? It's all done. You get a system, and you just go, and you're firm, and you just go, and, you know, some lady was like, were you in the military? I'm like, no, I was not in the military. I was with the university police, you know, at an event, and the real big African-American black guy, he said, hey, you know, African-American black guy, because you could be an African-American white guy. So the thing is that the big cop was like, were you in the police? I was kind of like, I kind of breathed a little, my heart beat an extra beat, and I was like, well, no, sir. He says, well, you have that presence about you. I thought, well, thank you. It's a compliment. He's giving me a compliment, you know, just a watchfulness. And it goes back to this condo here that, take a look around. Take a look around. See, nobody, but the only thing we have is this skylight. But I'm covered up, I'm totally covered up, and I'm safe, and I'm good. And when I get done, watch. Look. So when I'm here at night, when it's pitch black out at night, if it's pitch black at night, and I'm here, and I've got pitch blackness around me, it's triple protective. So I'm not being unwise. I'm being very wise. And that's why I have that less than 1% risk level, because I'm always thinking, always thinking, always thinking. There was a little, one of our members brought in, I guess the kid was having a birthday, some kind of, I don't know, it's a younger person, under 18 person. And he was like, hey, you know, say hi to Mr. Bob, you know. And so I gave a high five, and then I quickly just exited. I did not hang around and talk to, because I wasn't part of that. I wasn't going to that event to talk to children. I mean, so I immediately just take off. And that's a good idea. Take off. Just go and talk to some old people. Number two, I don't follow up with questions. I don't go, and how old are you today? And I don't make comments. Gee, you sure look nice today. And I don't want to be helpful. Hey, if you want to go do something, I'll watch the kids. You don't do any of that. No, 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 no. That's the grooming that they're always talking about. They're always acting like, oh, you know, every person who's on the registry is a groomer. Every person on the registry, they can't be nice. They can't smile. They shouldn't leave their house. They certainly should not be alive. They ought to be dead. Why aren't you shot yet? How come you haven't been put into Ted Bundy's little black box? Why? I mean, just makes me furious. Because there's this mandate that you've got to be this monster maniac. If you're the only reason that the government would have you on there. And see, people talk like that because they're stupid. They're just stupid jackasses. And no, I'm not saying that flippantly. But people who think like that are idiots. You're an idiot. If you're sitting there and you're watching this video and you think that every single person who's on the registry is a monster Ted Bundy, Penn State, USA Gymnastics, USC doctor, then you're out of your mind. And by the way, everyone I mentioned, they weren't on the registry. All these cases you like to bring up and you like to get your flag out, you know. Frightening and high, frightening and high. Oh my God, it's so frightening. It's so high. Oh, American flag. Oh, we gotta protect the children. All your stupidity is just dumb. Stranger danger. Everybody you meet is a molester. You better just, you know, anybody in the registry ought to be locked up and throw away the key. 2, don't let your children out of your sight for a split second. keep them with a monster grip. Let me see if I can show you this. Like this. Rather than the, oh, hi, sweetie, you know, a nice little, or just use your, you know, I've raised a lot of children, hundreds and hundreds of children I took care of. I never once had the monster grip on their wrist. Never. I mean, one time there was a kid who was going to fall, and he was going to throw himself onto the ground and knock his face open, so I grabbed him to, you know, make sure he didn't fall. But, you know, and I took care of special needs children and adults back at the hospital back in the 70s. And yeah, you had to pick him up. And one time, a little citizen fell and got the little, and we had to go real quick to and they sewed her up. And you know, that was kind of shocking. But you know, most times you don't have to touch people. And even my little baby girl, you know, who's going to be 11 months old here pretty soon, she listens. I mean, Bethany. She looks at me, big smile. I said, "Come here." So she comes on over, and, you know, she stays away from danger. I had her in the kitchen sink, one of my last visits. I had her in the kitchen sink. I was working on something, and she was reaching into the sink. She grabbed the filter out. She put the filter back. I said, "Good job." She knew how to put the filter in now. She said, "This is a filter," and she knew how to put it in the right way. She didn't do all crazy, and she wasn't scared of it, and she was just like, she was just figuring out life. And she was very safe. I cleaned everything up. I dried it all up. It was all nice. I'm standing right there, right in front of her. But I didn't have my wrist. No. And then, of course, Grandma comes in, and she swoops her up out of the sink, and I'm just like, you know, so I let her hold her, and then I took her away. I put her back in the sink. So I figured, hey, you know, it's okay. It's okay. Well, on this street I'm on, this is the street where my friend David, who just died, this is March, he died 23 days ago. And so I'm on that street. Next to him is my friend Bo, and he wants me to work for him, but I've got to get out to my sister's house. And then my boss texted me, and she wanted me. So I just kind of just take it easy. I just take it easy, take it easy. Oh, what's this bag? Oh, this is my rope. See, every bag has a different purpose. I have different colors of bags and different shapes of bags, and the bags have different locations. I got all my socks in there. On the other side of this case, that's my office. And I have all my folders in my office where I keep track of my receipts. And I have this new thing. It's called DocuScan. Let me see if I can show you the DocuScan here. Let's see. All right, let's see, like that. All right, and then DocuScan. Let me see if I can. Oh, come on, pumpkin. Oh, it's called Cam Scanner. Good thing I didn't do that yet. All right, so let me see if I can show you. See, CS Cam Scanner. See, Cam Scanner. So you hit this button and you hit the different buttons. And so what I can do is that what I am doing now is I like to be comfy. What I'm doing now is I go to the store, I buy something, I have a receipt. Before I put the receipt in the book, I shoot a picture of it, and I put a picture of it. I push check, I push email, I push 89. I pick my 895program@att.net. I email it. I'm done. Now I've got a permanent copy of that receipt. So. And I saw him, and he was here. Well, I've got a receipt that says different, lady. And when they go to the store and they check the film, they're going to see I was at the store. I wasn't in San Diego. Well, I could have sworn. False memory syndrome, you think of that, huh? Yeah. One time an ex was trying to mess our family up, and he swore, and he was screaming and running around crazy like a, ah. And so I filled out an affidavit. I swear at penalty of perjury and all that I was in Palm Springs. I was out in, there's a name for the town out there. I was way out there. I was like hours away. And I have another app. Let's see if I can show that app. Let's see, where's the other app? Okay. This app is called Waze. I have my Waze app. So there's the Waze app. And then there's another app, and it's called, I don't think I have it on this phone for some reason, but there's another app. It's called, well, I can't think of it, but it's, it shows exactly where I am at all times. It's like an ankle bracelet. And so it'll show you where I've been and how fast I was going, whether I was braking or turning, or I used my phone or anything. It's all there. It's all real simple. So that's really cool. So that protects me as well, because I need that protection. I need to have protection. I need to have the ability to fight. Because people are mean and nasty and ugly and horrible. They're just, people need Jesus. Because, I mean, it's just so stupid. People just are stupid. And they run around like, remember the old I know. Remember that? I mean, from the people who've been watching me for years, that's the old, I know. The all-seeing eye, the all-knowing eye. That's not us. We're people. We have 2 ears, we have 2 eyes, we have 1 mouth. But we act like we got 5 mouths, no ears, and 1 eye that doesn't see hardly. It just sees things from one perspective. Oh, well, you know, he's on the registry, so he's obviously got to be a dangerous, violent, predator, heinous felon who has a mandate from the government to be a maniac, to be a Ted Bundy. He's got to be a Manson. He's got to say some kind of Hitler character. We're a Stalin now. Oh my God, I will bury your grandchildren. I mean, no. I'm just repulsed as you are. I am just repulsed as you are. We're together. We're on one team. We're on one team. The team is called Team Safety. The team is called Team Love. I don't want to be a convicted felon. I don't want to have any more criminal record. I don't have any criminal record at all now. I have none. I don't want to even go up a bip. I don't want a parking ticket. I don't want nothing. I want to just live my life in peace. And my wife and family, that's all we want. We just want to live in peace. We want to live peacefully. We want to live happily. We're tired of the government getting their nose all bent out of shape and nosing in, just like that therapist at the office, 2 years ago, 3 years ago now, oh, well, I have to. No, you don't have to. I made a mistake that day. I should have made the biggest stink of my life. I should have asked for security to come up. I should have asked for the manager. I should have called the police, had the police come out. I should have done all that and said, look, there's nothing here. This lady's trying to destroy my life. I need help. Please. And stopped her. But no, she decided that and I just thought, well, this is never going to happen. But it turns out the way the legislators wrote the law for the Department of Children and Family Services, that they can do whatever they want. They got an open blank check. So I'm having to suffer. This is my 3rd year coming up pretty soon, and I'm going to be. And I'm suffering, but guess what? My children are all suffering too, because they don't get to see Papa as much. Right now, I get 12 hours a week. Yeah, but it's all very. So months and months go by. They say, okay, now you can have, and now you can, and they're just there. It's as if somehow, and that's not punishment. It's not punishment. Not living in my home, living in this little squawk box, this little squalid world of mine. By the way, my shoes are down here that I'm going to wear today. I've got my air horn. I've got all my dirty laundry, and my towels, and things. I have my wet wipes here. I always have lots of wet wipes. I have a whole box of wipes here. See? I got my moist wipes there. Got a whole box of them, so I don't run out. They used to have this thing on here, but it broke off, so I just taped it over. Oh, look, here's one of these little plastic things. Goody. I can put it back up here. I'll put it up on here. Look, see, like that. There we go. Yay. And here's the old light. I never used these. I disconnected all the lights in my car. I disconnected them all. Except for this one. I have this one works up here for some reason, but that's it. And that one goes off automatically after a few minutes. But the thing is that I disconnected all the lights. Okay, this over here, this bag has my caps. And it has also my calendar, has my stationery. So that's there. Over down here on this door, I've got salt and pepper. I've got a salt and pepper shaker in here. I've got mayonnaise. I've got some chocolate candies. I've got some meatloaf from yesterday from the Elks Club lunch I went to. I got a meatloaf there. And then this cooler, you can see it's probably about 1.5 feet tall and about 1 foot wide. It holds a lot of stuff. Oh, my nose. I'm not feeling the best today. So. I went and saw my friend Johnny yesterday, the therapist, and he said, well, I got tissues. I thought, you really want to have snot all over your car? One blow of this nose, and it's going to be my towel. These good sturdy towels I get from, see, these are called hospitality towels. You get a big pack of them from Costco. And these are soft. These are super soft. Oh. It's getting a little weird in here. that Charmin commercial, and they're all going. And how do I shower? Okay, that's a good question. I'm answering all the typical questions. I shower at my boss's house. I have a family in San Marino that lets me take a shower there. I have a family in Baldwin Park that I can shower there. I got a family in Rancho Cucamonga. I can shower there. Originally, before I went off on this adventure, I thought, well, I would join the gym. I just never did that. I never joined the gym because because then you have to go to a specific place, and and I don't shower every single day either. People, my family is always going, wow, your skin looks so nice. How do you? Well, I'm not bathing every single day, and I haven't used soap in probably 25 years. I don't use soap. I put a little shampoo, and I'll do some shampoo. With eyebrows like this, you got to have shampoo. So, but Irish Spring, yuck. I used to remember my grandmother when I was a kid. Ivory is 99% pure. It's so pure it floats. And that was kind of cool, But I was like, 5 years old, and I was taking baths at my grandma's house. So I just don't use soap. I use hand soap sometimes. Obviously, I use soap for my hands. Look at my hands, though. Look at my face.